Right, I've been building my circuit, and I've got all the components in the board ready for soldering, well, except for the 2 power transistors. And I've just been explaining to a friend, the heatsink can actually run along this plane here and actually come into contact where the transistors go, which is the transistors are going to be mounted actually there and there in these holes here, and a heatsink will run directly behind the actual transistors. I mean, I could have a right angle bracket, but this metal, I'm not using this. This is just an example, just to show you what I'm doing. But it could be right angled and then bolted to a chassis or something to dissipate heat. But at the moment, the circuit is actually only going to be pulling around 25 milliamps, so I'm not worried about heat sinks right now. By no means am I, because it's running very efficient. Well, it was on the breadboard, which I've just unplugged it all from. That's why there was jumpers everywhere, but no resistors, because they're all in here now. And so I'm in the process now. I've just got all the components in. I've got to solder the wires. And I'll just give you some nice close-up views of that, because live stream doesn't always do it justice, even though I've got a higher definition camera there. Some of the components are already soldered in, but I've got to solder the rest in. I did make one blip, a big boo-boo actually. There was supposed to be 2 sockets here, back to back. Unfortunately, I went and got them too close together. So I had to rethink that, and I decided to put the 2 ground, drill some 2 extra holes, and use the black socket for ground, so I could have 2 grounds going in for the other ends of the coils, and the blue socket is now providing both outputs for 2 separate coils. So that works out, and I can get access from the side and from the end. If that capacitor is not in the way, well, obviously I'm going to leave it soldered at an angle so I can easily get my wires into the blue socket. So it's not going to be a problem. Once the wire's soldered in, then the capacitor can be bent up if necessary. But yeah, anyway, we've still got the transistors to put in, but I haven't put them in yet because I've got to dismount them from the heat sinks that they're in right now. So. And the IC socket's there, so basically all I have to do is unplug the microchip from the breadboard and plug it straight into the IC socket. And a bit of blue tack there is holding a tiny capacitor in place, which is a bit fragile, and I don't want it to fall out until I've got it soldered in. So yeah, that's the only reason for the blue tack. Anyway, that's just a short 4-minute-ish update on what I'm building, and this circuit is actually designed to drive the solid state bubbleator magnetic switch. So, and it's also gives out dual frequencies to optimize the efficiency of the drive circuit, so that we don't have excess amounts of loading and wasted energy generated by heat. And the amount of heat generated is minimal, actually, because of the resonant behavior of the circuit. Anyway, there'll be other updates on this as we progress. Anyway, thanks for watching.